The 1920s. For the first time, more people lived in cities than on farms. Women got the right to vote, and sex was for sale on 2nd Street in Terre Haute. Madam Edith Brown ran a brothel just a couple blocks north of the Vigo County Courthouse. It was one of several in town, but hers had the city's first outdoor swimming pool.
The house itself was very elegant. Oriental carpets, crystal chandeliers, the finest china and silver.
Brown catered to high-end clientele. According to the director of the Vigo County Historical Society, Brown would sometimes have tuxedo nights, and her girls, seen here very plainly dressed, would be in ball gowns. The cost of the evening, $25, which included dinner and companionship. In today's money, that's roughly $400. More than one account portrays Brown as a good businesswoman.
She charged more for her guests to come, but everything was well done and in the best of taste.
Madam Edith Brown's house has been torn down, but what does remain is this beautiful glass canopy here at the Vigo County Historical Society. It once hung over Madam Brown's door.
You could also find a chandelier said to have been in Madam Brown's brothel at the Rod and Gun Club. Brown's husband, Eddie Gosnell, was the original owner of the club. He happened to be a gambling kingpin and a bootlegger with ties to the Chicago mob.
And I was his bodyguard for a while. After he got older, he was kind of afraid. He'd made a lot of enemies, he said.
77-year-old Bob Johnson now owns the Rod and Gun Club. He worked for Gosnell until Gosnell's death in 1961.
Well, the old club, they always had gambling there. And then when we built this one, they had gambling back in the back end.
Besides offering gambling and alcohol, Gosnell also provided patrons private dining rooms so that men could bring their mistresses to dinner without embarrassing their wives. Others could eat discreetly as well.
I think that probably some of the underworld characters did probably dine at the Rod and Gun Club.
The private rooms have outside entrances. A switch inside the room turns on a light at the restaurant bar, indicating that service is needed. While illicit activities had gone on for decades in Terre Haute, the city gained national attention for them in the 1960s. There were articles in various magazines like the Saturday Evening Post, The Spectator, and Stag. They described the red light district and the gambling, although the director of the Historical Society says that in the end, Terre Haute probably was no better or no worse than many other cities.
They all had their red light districts. Ours just got a little bit of notoriety that some of the others didn't get.
But it was that little bit of notoriety which led religious and civic groups, as well as the then president of Indiana State University, to put more pressure on local officials to finally shut down the brothels and gambling rooms.